Okay. So I'm like, is it? I'm doing this right now.
So we've arrived in Moshi after a few long flights. We are in our motel, Stella something Lodge, just outside of Moshi.
About 10 k's out of Moshi.
Yeah. Had a bit of a look around in there today with really cool guide Amos. Showed us some of the local markets and stuff, which was really cool.
Yeah, a lot of local markets and local stalls and local coffee, which was good. We got woken up by monkeys this morning, which was really cool, banging on the roof.
I'm hoping that one of them's going to jump behind us.
We'll move the camera soon and show monkeys, because all up this tree here, there it is. There's one just there. So monkeys are jumping up and down, banging on the roof, and causing all sorts of mischief.
It's really cool.
Which is really cool. What are they, blue monkeys?
They have blue monkeys and the boys have blue balls.
Yes, the boys have blue balls, yeah.
So it's really cool. So I'm really glad that we had this extra rest day after arriving.
It was brutal.
Pretty late yesterday.
It was brutal. It was a brutal trip.
Yeah.
So we only had a 4-hour layover in Dubai. We were chatting to a couple from America who had a 15-hour layover in Dubai after a 15-hour flight. And they looked, all of a sudden we didn't feel as exhausted because of how exhausted they were. But we're glad to be here. We got here at about just on dusk. We saw
Kili,
which
was a bit of an eye-opener.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than the photos and the videos.
It is really cool seeing it from the plane.
Yeah.
Above the clouds. It's really cool.
So we flew in from Dar es Salaam, and we flew in at 18,000 feet, which was the maximum height of the plane. We're on a little turboprop. So Kili is 19,000 something, 19,800, is it? Something like that?
I don't know.
So it's more like we were flying lower than the height of the summit for the whole flight. So which was an hour and a half, yeah.
But yeah, today we're just sort of having a bit of a rest. We've got our briefing at 4 o'clock, which is in a couple of hours.
I have watched.
And then we'll just find out a little bit more on some last minute bits and pieces that we need to know before heading out tomorrow. So we'll try and do these videos each day, and yeah.
If you can hear that, that's monkeys banging on the roof. So they're running across the roof at the moment, which is pretty cool. So it's really really unique, I guess, to be woken up by monkeys, because we come in after dark. We didn't know monkeys were actually everywhere here. We thought, we might see a monkey or whatever, but we literally got woken up by them banging on the roof, and jumping through the trees. So very good.
Alrighty, we'll see you later on.
Yep. I don't know what that is. No idea. Oh, cricket box. Perfect.
Hi. We made it to first camp.
Big tree.
Big tree.
Yeah. I can't see any big trees though.
No, lots of big trees. Heaps of people here. It's really busy. Yeah, lots of different groups.
Tour
come
groups,
up,
yeah. Mainly Americans, it seems. Canadians.
Some really young kids too, which was surprising. But the trip out here was really cool. We got to see some giraffes in front of Mount Kilimanjaro.
That was really cool.
And it was a pretty good hike. It was a bit steeper than I was expecting.
Me too. We had about 400 metres of elevation and it was just over 5 kilometres.
Yeah,
So,
and the guides were saying, no, it's just very gentle. I'm thinking, oh dear, might be in for a time.
yep. So this is the easiest of the days, day one.
Yeah, but we're really lucky. We've got some really great people we're hiking with. So I think that's going to make a world of difference. So we're good.
So tomorrow we've got about a 7-hour hike and I think it's 1,000 metres of elevation. So we're currently at 2,780 metres of elevation. So I guess we'll be going up to 3,680 or something like this. So it's about 900 metres of elevation.
So we've been through the agriculture zone and then into the
Mountain
forest zone, and then I think it's tomorrow that we leave the mountain forest zone, but I don't know, we'll keep you updated.
Yeah, we go to Shiro one tomorrow.
Yep.
We know that.
Yeah, so we just keep getting told, make sure you eat.
Yeah,
and
which I'm
drink
doing
lots of
very
water.
well. Eating all the food.
Drinking all the water.
We have a lot of melted Mars bars from I think Dubai. Maybe. Yeah, no problem.
Good. But we'll check in again tomorrow. Bye.
Anyone want a little caramel thing?
Shira. So that is the smell. Yeah, the smell.
What you're going to say is
Like the foliage or something, never
Yeah.
but no.
Yeah.
No.
So that is the story of this mountain. Yes.
set up, had lunch, and come back and grabbed our day back. So that's off to them. The clouds are starting to roll in.
Come on, baby.
Hello. Day 2 is done and dusted. We were dusted. We've had a shower.
Oh, it was a
Feeling
tough
much
day.
better. It was a tough day.
Yeah,
A lot
it's,
harder than I was expecting.
It ended up being 6 hours. It was only 9 kilometres, took us 6 hours, and 900 metres of elevation changes. A lot of climbing and scurrying up rocks.
Yeah, lots more rocks than I was expecting. I struggled a fair bit, to be honest. I was feeling really nauseous this morning, which I don't think helped.
Probably the iodine, we think.
Yeah, we started putting some water purification stuff in the waters, and as soon as I had that, I started feeling not so good.
Conveniently, we happen to have a doctor with us from Newcastle, and she's been giving us general advice,
Yeah,
which has been good.
And they also have a better steri pen thing you put in the water, which we use from now
Yeah,
on.
we're starting to use that now. But we have Kelly here. We saw it for the first time today.
It was a bit clearer before.
It was a little bit clearer, but we haven't had a chance to see it in its entirety yet. So hopefully, generally in the morning is clear. And where our tent is situated, we should be able to just pop out of our tent, and we have it right now, which is very exciting. We're both feeling extremely tired, and then as soon as we come over the ridge and into the Shira Valley, or whatever they call it, the plateau, and saw Kelly for the first time, yeah, it's sort of enthusiastic. Sorry, we're in
It helped that it was
altitude,
all
so it
downhill.
doesn't help, but yeah,
Would have been good, but it was all downhill.
it was certainly downhill.
Yeah, I found the rocks really hard.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how my legs will fit tomorrow.
Yeah.
The food is amazing.
Very good food.
The company is
Very
wonderful.
Very good company. We've got a couple from Newcastle, New South Wales, and a guy from Arizona, military guy, former military guy. Very upbeat, very enjoyable company. We're all getting along extremely well, which helps. The guides, the porters.
Those porters are incredible.
They run past us, literally, and then run back to get water.
So today they packed up while we were having breakfast, pulled down all our tents. We all set off pretty much at the same time, but they managed to get here in time to set up camp, get lunch sorted, and go and meet us back and grab our packs for ourselves.
So tomorrow we go to Shira 2, is it?
Yep.
Yep. So that's only a few hours away, so not too bad.
Alrighty.
All right,
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Okay, coming into Shira 2, which is Shira Hut, 3,900 feet. We've just went, I think it's about 9.5, 10 kilometres. We're having a rest here for a little before we push on to do a altitude hike and then come back down this afternoon. So pretty excited to be here. It's been a 4-hour hike. But yeah, definitely getting short of breath now. So, but we are above the clouds, which is good. Ravens everywhere. African sunset. Above the clouds, that's Mount Meru, just there. And then we've got Kilimanjaro, just there.
This is the end of day 3. We are at Shira Camp 2.
Yep.
It's been a really beautiful day walking through the moorland zone. And it was 10 Ks, but it wasn't too hard or too difficult.
It's about 4 hours. We're at 3,900 meters of elevation at the moment. stopped here at camp for lunch.
It's
Yep,
Mount
that's
Meru.
Mount Meru. And if you turn, is
Well, that's dodgy camera work.
okay. But anyway, whatever. And we've got a lovely sunset over here that's just happened, and we're way above the cloud line. So down there, very cloudy.
Yeah.
We had some lunch here. We're staying here tonight. After lunch, we went to 4,030 meters to acclimatise for about half an hour.
Just a quick hike up.
Just a quick hike up, about an hour and a half up, hour and a half total, sorry. And yeah, tomorrow's a big day for us. We go 4,600 meters to Lava Tower for lunch, spend an hour up there to acclimatise, and then come back down to Moya Hut, which I think is about 4,000. I'm not 100% sure, but we've got about, I think it's about 7, maybe 8 hours of hiking tomorrow, and some of it is rather steep, so it'll be a good test.
Yeah.
So feeling pretty confident actually.
Yeah, feeling good. We haven't really had too many altitude symptoms. Cameron's got a bit of a swollen hand.
Yeah.
I had a little bit of an upset tummy yesterday, but that's all cleared up and no headaches or anything, so hopefully that continues.
All very minor, all under control. At this stage, pretty confident we'll make it to the top, which is in 4 days.
Yeah, but I have to say the
5
Peak
days?
Planet guys are
Amazing.
amazing.
They're really big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're really encouraging, really positive, and they celebrate every little win, which is really nice. But I was just saying to Cameron earlier, this sight that you see behind us with the clouds under us really daunted me before we came. But now we're here, it's so beautiful.
Pictures and videos do not do this place justice.
No, and it really is an experience of a lifetime, so we are enjoying it to the max. We're loving it, we're having a great time.
Yes. Miss the family, but we'll be back next weekish.
Yeah.
I don't know what day is it, like Thursday or Wednesday, or who knows. It's
But
so
we're
hard to
making the
keep
most
track of time. We're basically out of phone coverage, probably for another 3-5 days, who knows. But we're just enjoying the experience, and luckily we've got a really good, positive group of people we're climbing with, and there's a lot of laughs, a lot of positivity.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, see you tomorrow. It's getting cold. We're going to go
Yes.
in.
Yes. Bye. Feeling cold?
Cold and windy.
Very windy, very cold. Yes. $4,550 meters, about half an hour from Lava Tower. That's where we're staying tonight.
Moya camp tonight, the end of day 4. We're not outside because it's really windy and cold and we're really tired, so
Very cold.
you get an in the tent talk tonight.
You can hear the wind, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's really good. It was a long day today.
7 hours of hiking. We went from Shira to 3,900, 3,800 of elevation up until we did a hike up and had lunch at Lava Tower, which was 4,600 of elevation, and then down to Moya Hut. All up was about 12 kilometers, but took us just on 7 hours.
Pole pole.
Pole. We're both very, very exhausted from the altitude, sickness, headaches, etc.
Yeah, I was feeling pretty rotten when we first got into camp, but a quick nap and some movement and I feel pretty much okay.
I'm not great.
Yeah, and that's okay, that's to be expected.
Yeah, we're currently at 4,200 meters.
Yeah, so it's normal.
Yeah.
And that's okay. So we're assured that we're going to wake up strong like a buffalo in the morning
Buffalo.
as our bodies get used to the decrease in oxygen. So
So today was an acclimatization sort of day. This is essentially the highest point that we go to before we have the summit night, basically. Tomorrow we head up about, I think it's about 4,400 or something. We go up and down, it's about a 5-6 hour hike. We actually end up in Kenya tomorrow. So we're going
not
around
on the canyon side.
on the canyon side. Yeah, sorry. We are going around the northern side of the mountain. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it for today.
It's 6:30 and it's bedtime.
We're going to bed early.
We're done.
We did get to see some obsidian today, which our kids were really excited about us finding, so that was kind of cool. It was a nice reminder of home, thinking about the kids, so that was nice.
Yes.
But we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Waking up on day 5 here at Moya Hut. It is absolutely beautiful, way above the clouds. There's Gilly.
Okay, 4,400 meters. Going towards the canyon side. There's Uhuru Peak. Looks like the moon here, I guess. Alright.
Hello from Buffalo Camp. This is day 5. And as you can see, we have Kili behind us, but now we're on the northern side, which is an entirely different view. And it's been a really awesome day watching the scenery change.
We split off on the northern route now, basically. We're at Moya Camp last night, was it Moya? Quite exhausted because of the climb. Today we only...
Yeah, you were done yesterday.
I was definitely done. You can see that in the video from yesterday. I was basically non-coherent.
Yes.
Today we hiked about 11.2 kilometres and we went down from 4,200 down to 4,020. But we have now done a circle around Kilimanjaro, or started a circle, where we are at the northern side. So over to our, that way is Kenya. Below the clouds. Below the clouds is Kenya.
So we've been on top of those clouds pretty much all day, and it has been absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, today has been a beautiful scenic sort of day. We only did about 500 meters of elevation and 600-700 meters of what's the opposite of elevation? I don't know, anyway, like down. 500 up, 700 down.
It was really steep.
There was some steep sections. Tomorrow we've got what they call a rest day, where we have about 4 or 5 hours of hiking, and then we get to our camp there at lunchtime, and then we're supposed to rest because after that we do the big push, which we'll talk more about later.
And not only that, the porters have to carry the water from now on. They have to carry the water.
10 hours.
Yeah, so big buckets of water that they're having to carry. So that's a huge effort. I mean, the stuff that they carry is incredible.
So once we came off this northern route, at our camp there is like 6 other people, basically.
It's really quiet, which is
quiet
nice.
and isolated, which is good. Hoping for a bit of a good sleep tonight.
Last night's sleep was good.
Yeah, you got about 9 hours maybe. I got about 6 or 5. Compared to 2 hours the night before, we had some Africans having a festival in a hut behind us.
I slept through it and I didn't hear it.
There was a bit of an argument between a Swahili husband and wife. Yeah, but we're both. I think we're both feeling pretty good at the moment.
Yeah.
We're certainly acclimatizing.
We've come down, so that helps too, I guess.
Yeah, we've come down, but I think we're after tomorrow, after the rest day, we're ready for the big push, I reckon. Yeah.
Alrighty, we'll see you tomorrow.
Buffalo camp here. Mount Kili. Covered in cloud. All the clouds down in Kenya there. Beautiful.
Yeah, mambo.
Hello, welcome to day 6. We are at Third Cave Camp,
Yep.
which is where
3,950 meters.
yeah, and that's where Rongai route meets the northern circuit. So a couple of extra campers here tonight, but still very quiet. it's been a pretty good day.
Yeah, we've done, I think it was only 7Ks. It's what they call a rest day today. So it's about 4 hours of hiking, or 3.5 hours, about 7Ks. We got here a bit before midday, and it's now about 5:45.
Yeah, so, well, it was fairly short. I don't know about everyone else, but I thought the ups and downs were still not difficult, but I don't know.
There were some tricky sections.
There
I
were.
fell on my butt, like, pretty good. I pancaked.
You did,
but you know.
there's so much loose rocks and dirt. It's very slippery in places, so yeah, that's to be expected, I guess, sometimes. But we've just had our briefing for tomorrow as well, so that's going to be a huge day. So we get up to our base camp at School Hut tomorrow.
4,800 metres.
We get there, we rest for a few hours, and then
Make the big push.
head on up to the summit.
Start at about 11:30 p.m. tomorrow night.
Yeah. So far neither of us have really got any altitude symptoms, which has been
It's
really
all sort
lucky.
of disappeared as we've acclimatised. So
Yeah, so-
we're both 10 out of 10 at the moment.
Yeah, and hopefully tomorrow, especially as we get higher up into School Hut, that continues. But for the
Well,
time
School
being,
Hut will be the highest that we've been.
Yeah.
We're surrounded by about the most beautiful view I've ever seen.
it is
So, just a sea of clouds just there.
another day above the clouds. It is beautiful.
Particularly this afternoon.
Kenya's down there somewhere.
Yep, and obviously Kili's there. The top of Kili there is 17 kilometres away. But it's going to take us about 20 hours of hiking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are we on the northeastern side now?
Northeastern side, yes.
And it doesn't look quite as steep from this angle. So
We go up
that's
the
a bit
eastern
reassuring.
ridge, I believe. It could be southeast. Yeah. We go up just up there
Yeah.
somewhere.
Up on the top, but yeah, so big day tomorrow. Try and get as much rest as we can tonight and in the afternoon tomorrow. But I don't know when we'll make another video. Probably not tomorrow.
We'll see how we go.
We'll see how we
School
go.
Hut. And, we might make one before the push. Not sure if we'll make a video when we're up the top, but just sort of see how we go.
Yeah.
We'll start by getting there.
Yes.
Just
Although our guide seemed very confident in our abilities. We are very strong.
very strong like a buffalo.
So yeah, we're all having a good time. So that's good. Alrighty, see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye. Hello, day 7 I think, maybe?
Yep.
We are at School Hut. We got here pretty early today.
About 11.
Yeah, it's been a pretty quiet afternoon, but we're getting ready for the big push tonight. I think we're all feeling a little bit anxious.
Yep.
We just walked about 20 metres up here and I'm already puffed, so I don't know how we're going to go. What altitude are we at?
4,800
Yeah, so this is definitely the highest we've been.
ever, by far.
A few of us have got headaches.
Myself included.
Yeah, I got a little one.
Just exhaustion, fatigue, feel cloudy. When someone asks you a question, you sort of take a little bit longer to respond to it, I guess. Yeah, but we leave at
We wake up at 10:30 and then
5
leave
o'clock
at-
dinner. Try to sleep as much as we can, which is basically none because we can't sleep because we're not
And they also said that it is difficult to sleep at this altitude anyway, so.
We leave at 10:30. We pack up at 10:30 for an 11 o'clock briefing. We've already had a big briefing. Lots of scary possibilities, but all minimal things that they need to bring up. But we leave about 11:30 and we should be hitting Gilman's Point, which is 5,700, the end of that hard bit, at around 5:30, 6 a.m.
Yeah, they said it takes 6 hours from here to Gilman's Point.
Yeah, 5-6 hours. From there we see a sunrise, and then it's essentially easy street apparently, where we only have 200 metres of elevation over about 3 kilometres, which is not too bad.
So from here we have one-on-one porters, so we each get our own porter going up.
They will help us with some extra load, try to lighten our bags. It's going to be down to a maximum of -15 at the summit in a perfect day with no wind, up to -30 with wind chill. Judging by the mornings we've been having, it's more probably towards that -30.
But it's you can't predict
We
it.
can't predict it. We can just hope that there's a little less wind. But a day like today when we were down 800 metres, we were looking at the mountain. It looks beautiful. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, but when the clouds do come over, you see how fast they come over. We're actually above a sea of clouds right now. We can show you, I'm sure. It's Kenya again.
We actually got to see the lights last night, which is really cool.
Yeah, we've got some pictures there.
And there's Mwenzi behind us. So that's another one of the peaks here, but you can't climb that one.
So we're not going to be filming any of the ascent going up. We'll be doing it by torchlight, and we've got 2 pairs of thick gloves on, so we're not going to be able to turn on the phones. I've got a GoPro, but you're just going to see lights. So
but even today, just coming up, it was heads down and just 1 foot up.
Left,
it was
right.
fairly steep, and
We did 800 metres of elevation today.
and me being absolutely terrified of heights, I couldn't look anywhere else. So.
Don't look over there. That's where we're going to be.
We'll be right.
Yeah, we'll be good.
We've got a really good team. So.
Yeah, we've got a good team. We are confident. We are obviously nervous and anxious about it. It's a big physical, mental push. We've probably got at least 14 to 16 hours worth of hiking up and down tomorrow. It's going to be off pretty much no sleep. It's going to be a good day.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get another couple of hours after dinner, and then if not, it's just a good chance for a rest and a bit of downtime.
I watched Cool Runnings, that was awesome.
Yeah, so big night tonight.
We'll get some videos hopefully on the summit. It depends how fatigued we are.
How cold it is.
How cold it is, how the wind is. We are going at peak hour. So we'll probably,
everyone aims to get there at sunrise.
everyone from all the groups aim to get there around sunrise or a bit after. So we'll just have to see how we, how long we have to wait in line for, to get our picture on that. But that's fine.
Alrighty. See you later.
Just reached the summit, just there, just on our way down now. Very busy there, so we didn't really film, got a few pictures and straight back down, but there's a cool glacier there. Davis, our guide, timed it with the sunrise, as you can see, which is beautiful. Feels pretty happy about it, I think. So, very good. We've got about a 5 or 6 hour trek down.
Hello, it is day 8. We We are at Millennium Camp and we have just finished an enormous day. So today was summit day and we made it. So that's really cool. Good girl. So yeah, it was a huge day.
Started at 11:30, got up at 10:30, didn't really sleep. There was an African football/soccer match on, and it got quite heated.
They love it. They love it.
In the porter's tent that was near us, they scored a goal, many claps, many cheers. Yeah, so we started at 11:30, ended up summiting a bit after dawn.
Yeah, I think leaving at 11:30, like walking through the whole night was absolutely exhausting.
Brutal. I had altitude sickness. I had to take severe headache tablet, migraine tablets.
I don't know what it's called.
And I was still pretty buckled from it.
Yeah, but I'm actually really thankful that we were walking in the dark, because coming down, seeing where
Discreet.
the type of stuff we were walking up would have absolutely terrified me if I'd known what we were walking on.
Yeah, it was completely, basically completely frozen, all the scree, which is basically like loose sand. And we come down about 1.2 k's out today, and it was rough.
It was alright. It was like skiing down a sand dune, sort of.
Rough for me.
It was a really long day. We were both exhausted. We got to camp and the lead guide, he said, just go to bed, go and have a nap. So I think we had a 5-hour gap between getting here and dinner time. So
We've had an hour nap, and we've decided to try to stay up until dinner so we can get to sleep tonight. The summit took 7 hours. It was 6.5 kilometres, and there was over a kilometre, 1.2 kilometres of elevation.
Pole. You had to go very slowly.
Basically an average of a 20-degree gradient. Very, very, very steep. And there was some flat sections, so there were some very steep sections.
So the rest of the trip, we'd had one lead guide and 2 assistant guides, but then last night, we had one guide for every person, so that if someone had to turn back, then no one else would be forced to. So that was really cool, but thankfully we all made it through, which was awesome.
Yes.
But it was really nice.
We're only up on the summit for 10 minutes. It was between -25, -30.
The wind was brutal.
It's the coldest I've ever experienced by far.
Yeah. And you didn't even have your puffer on.
I had 6 other layers on. It was very, very, very cold.
And as you can see now, like we had to descend pretty quickly. So our head guide, he said, "All right, we got to go. We got to get down. Don't stop. We got to keep going
2
down."
kilometres. We're at 3,800.
So we're at Millennium Camp. I'm going to turn the phone around because you can. There's clouds are sort of swooshing past us. Maybe it's a bit of dust as well. But very different to the view from the last couple of days. And tomorrow, we've got 13 k's left.
13 k's, primarily downhill from what we've been told. It's a pretty well done track. It's in the moorlands and the forest. So that's to Nweka Gate. So it should take us about 5-6 hours. And then we do the tip-in ceremony for the porters.
And then I wash my hair.
Yeah, we go back to the hotel, we wash our hair, we have a nice beer with our new friends that we've met on this trip, they've all been really good people. And yeah, we relax a little before we fly out the next day.
Yeah, so pretty much at the end. But it's been awesome.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know if I suppose there'll be another video tomorrow.
I may as well do one at the motel. The monkeys banging on the roof again.
Yay. Alrighty, see you then.
Hayo maji yatachotwa, wacha uyaone, 我就要日日为。
在那在那
在那
在那在那
在那
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 在那在那
在那
watoto wa kijana
在那
anapenda
在那
tetela
Zaina.
Zaina Zaina
Zaina.
Zaina
Zaina.
watoto wa
Zaina.
ninapenda kitu
Zaina.
tetela
Zaina.
Zaina Zaina
Zaina.
Zaina Zaina
Zaina.
watoto Zaina.
So thank you very much, my team. Congratulations. We are very happy for you to conquer this mountain. As I told you, congratulations for conquer this the roof of Africa. Thank you again and congratulations for conquer of the one of the freestyle mountain in the world, one of the largest volcanic mountain in the world, one of the World Heritage Site, and one of the 7 wonders in Africa, and one of the 7 summit in the world. Congratulations a lot.
Kamu kamu yo. Kamu kamu yo.
Okay, Miri.
Shemu shemu
Shemu shemu yo. Shemu shemu yo. Shemu shemu yo. Shemu yo.
Last day done and dusted.
Done.
Day 9.
Day 9, technically day 2. No, I don't know.
It's been a long week, but we're done. We're back at the Stella, and we've had a beer to relax.
We can barely walk up the stairs. We're on the first level, and it's rough.
I was saying to Cameron earlier, it's pretty good, I think, that we managed to get all the way through this trek until it was summit night. That after that is when we started feeling a bit sore, and then today's walk was
13 k's down a slippery slope, basically.
it was really muddy, really slippery.
2,100 meters of elevation drop.
Yeah, so it needed a lot of concentration. There's a lot of slipping.
I fell on my butt. I did. Again.
You're the only one.
No, I covered it twice.
Did you?
Yep.
Oh, there you go.
No.
But yeah, so that was tough. And then, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't hard. But just after the summit day yesterday, it just took a lot out of us.
So we've had a bit of time for it to sink in. How do you feel about it all?
great. I'm really pleased that both you and I were able to get to the top, and that our whole group was able to get to the top.
All
'cause that
five
was-
of us were able to get to the top. About 50% of people who attempted fail.
Yeah, and we saw a whole heap of other groups, go up with.
Helicopters or stretchers.
Yeah, so, and it sort of really drove home how sort of hard and serious it is trying to do something like this. But I was saying to Cameron before that the actual summit day wasn't really the highlight of the trip for me. It was
On the summit for 10 minutes.
yeah, and that was cool. It was great that we got there. That was a big achievement. But just the journey around the around the mountain was great. Like we got to see the mountain from every view, and that was
The northern route
amazing.
is the best route. It was so scenic. It was so nice to be able to get acclimatized while doing a whole loop at a mountain and seeing all different angles of it was amazing.
Yeah.
And the service we got from our tour operator Pete Planet was phenomenal.
Top notch. Yeah.
top notch.
And our guide actually said that the Northern Circuit is the only one that meets every other route coming in. So we got to see pretty much all of the different routes there. So yeah, it was pretty cool. How do you feel about it?
Good sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
Even though we trained for a year, I feel as though we weren't quite ready. It's the most attainable of the high altitude summits. However, it was a challenge. It was a huge challenge. About 4,800 meters, I started to get altitude sickness. I was forced to take medication, thankfully, because it turned out my brain was starting to swell, and I wasn't able to. Yeah, anyway, long story short, the medication helped, and I pushed through and got to the top, and it was hard. You had no issues at all, really, other than like climbing.
No, altitude sickness wise, I didn't have any issues, but I was exhausted. I mean, walking through the whole night after very little sleep is just so physically exhausting that you can barely move your legs by the end of it. And Cameron's got a watch that tells you what altitude you're at. And when he said to me that Gilman's Point, he said, we're nearly there, we're just there. That was really encouraging for me, because I think I was just about ready to give up by then, because it was hard.
We were about 5-6 hours in, so we did a kilometre of elevation over 4 kilometres. So that's a 25% gradient average. It took us 6 hours.
And it was
brutal.
not a nice
It was
formed
through like
path.
screed. It was icy, and I think old mate went bush a few times. He's just like winging it. He goes, "Oh, it's up there somewhere," and just went like through the. And there was a few. Yeah, it was a very challenging.
Yeah, it was. But we're here now, and I think it's really, yesterday I don't know that it really sank in, because we're just so exhausted.
No, today's sinking now because we've been able to sort of decompress from such an exhausting day.
Yeah. It's been good, and then we fly out tomorrow, and it's all over.
All done. Yep.
Well done.
Yep. High five.
Alrighty. Bye.